everything's growing faster, and I want to say it's because of genetics.
Genetics. Do most people work from home, or is this just something that you do?
It's pretty much people working from home now. There's just not a lot of need. Companies figured out long time ago that it's just costing a lot extra to bring people in somewhere. And there's so many ways to communicate. It's not really necessary to get everybody together like in one place physically.
What are some ways that you communicate now?
Through that kind of virtual reality looking thing that I put on, I can think, um, contact, company, boardroom, contact boss, and it's a video and audio. But it's very nice, very steady, very clear. More like you're there than anything.
So the world has changed.
Very much.
What else is different about it?
I wonder how they are able to keep all those flying cars in an orderly fashion without crashing, but they do. It's a system. Things seem pretty peaceful. I don't seem to be that worried about crime, even though I'm living in a big city.
And the buildings, are they still, do they look different, the buildings, or are they still relatively?
Yeah, a lot of them are kind of like that. I guess it's the Trans-America building in San Francisco. Kind of comes to a point at the top. For some reason, that seems to be the way to go.
Where are you now?
Stepped out into the street. Something's not quite right with the weather, even though it's a beautiful day.
What's that?
Trying to put my finger on it. I think it has something to do with the warming of the earth. Yeah, more floods.
More floods?
Yeah, so I'm okay, but there's parts of the city that do get flooded that didn't flood 100 or 200 years ago. More tornadoes, storms. So you can have a beautiful day, and just like in the Rockies in Colorado, it could turn in a second. So you have to always be cautious and careful and be prepared. Even on a beautiful sunny day, you have to take a coat.
So weather's unpredictable.
Very.
How do you get around? Do you have a vehicle or ship?
I seem to walk, and there's a public transportation. It's kind of interesting. It's kind of like when you go to the airport and you get on that conveyor, and it moves you along. Yeah. And grab on, and it's actually pretty fast.
And it takes you where you need to go?
It takes you, wherever you want to go. And they got this all over the city. And you can stand or you can sit. There's a place to sit if you want.
Is it open or is it enclosed?
I seem to think it's open, but I think the top is enclosed, kind of like an L station line. The L itself isn't enclosed, but the platform where people board from is covered. And in this case, that thing is covered.
Very interesting.
Yeah, and it's enclosed. And it's nice. It's glass on the sides. So you can see where you're going, but it's all enclosed.
Are you in it now, going somewhere?
Yeah, I don't know where I'm going now. Let's see. I'm getting there quick. Some museum.
And you said this was New York City?
It's a lot like New York City, and it was a lot like Central Park.
Right.
I can't quite say it's New York City, though.
That's okay.
It's almost like they modeled that park on Central Park, wherever this is.
Right.
I don't know where I am, but I'm in London.
You're in London?
I'm in London,
Okay.
and it's the British Museum.
Can you describe to me what it looks like from the outside?
They've really kept it intact from a century or two ago. I don't know if they've redone the facade or what, but it just looks like when it was built, probably way, way back in the 1930s or whatever that was. So it doesn't look like any of the other architecture.